case you can't tell, I just got back from my first trip to Disneyland Paris. Yay! So I'm going to show you what it was like. Here's the details. We took Le Shuttle over, so we took the car over, and we actually went a little bit earlier because we were going over for a wedding. Exciting! And so we had one full day and then one half day because we were driving back again. So we had Wednesday the 28th of May was the full day that we had. So that's the day we checked into the Hotel Santa Fe and went and did extra magic hours in the morning and did all the way until park closed. You'll see that. And then the second day we did extra magic hour in the morning, and then we had lunch at Waltz, and then we had to leave because we had to get our Le Shuttle back again to the UK, and we drove all the way home. I will bring you a little haul at the end, including this beauty right here. But here's what happened.
So if I was going over to France again, I would definitely do the shuttle because it was so easy to check in, so easy to book. The whole process was really easy, and I really liked it. Here you can see we had one day where we got the train up to Disney Village to do a little bit of shopping beforehand. We ate at Annette's Diner. It was expensive, but fine. And here's us checking into the Hotel Santa Fe.
Don't forget.
Even in the rain, I think you'll agree, the castle looks stunning. It is a lush castle.
robot and his secret weapon and flash.
Je m'appelle Crush. Coucou, Kachou. Génial. Oh, génial.
This is now the first ride we've both been on together before.
Oh yeah?
All the other rides, it's been just me.
Yeah.
Dressed up as? What's he dressed up as? I was dressed up as Haunted Mansion.
Fier d'effrayer, escorté dans la nuit la belle Beyoncé. Warlocks and witches, answer this call. Your presence is wanted at this ghostly ball.
At about 2 o'clock, we hopped over to Studios, just giving you an idea of crowd level. And I think you can see that there was quite a few things that were closed when we were there. This one has just reopened though, apparently, but it is very busy. It's like, I would like to stay outside and not be in this massive crowd, actually.
Venez, venez, suivez-moi, je vous prie. Chef Remy is waiting for you. This way. Oh, here's they are. Les invités pour le dîner.
Yes, what do you prepare? Hein? Pour le repas idéal. Coq au vin? Non. A simple omelet? Too simple.
Voilà.
Et oui, that's it!
I actually really liked the Remy ride here. I don't like it in Epcot. I think it's probably the 3D. I think it's chaotic. But here, we rode it more than once.
Ok. Les amis, il n'y a qu'à... Vous devriez tous venir ici faire un point de toilette. Rien de trop un bon vieux lavage naturel à l'ancienne. Un plein bain chaud. Attention, préparez-vous. Elle arrive. Et voilà!
We had lunch in Disney Village at Rosalie's right by the water, and it was lunch before stopping in at the Hotel New York Marvel for a little drink in the Skyline Bar.
So we've just come back to the hotel for a quick break and to check in. So here is our bathroom. 2 light bulbs out, we like that, like everything that's closed in the parks. Little bath, shower, racing stripes, and here's the wardrobe area, which does have a safe, which is great. Our vanity over here is a connecting room. Might get some noise there. And then we've got the cozy cone lamps over the bed and the runner on the bed that shows you its cars, as well as the border. When was the last time you saw a border? Vintage. And then the 3 colours for the dresser, and a little chair in the corner too, which I think is nice. And then, oh, are you ready for this beautiful view? Oh, a beautiful view of the other building. Exciting.
Then we went back to Studios to ride Web Slingers and go on things that we hadn't been on yet. This, for reference, is about 7 p.m.
Et voici notre chef de projet, Peter Parker.
Comment ça va? Je suis Peter Parker. Ici chez Webb, on a accès à une super technologie, comme le vibranium du Wakanda ou ce fluide extraterrestre dément. On a les particules de film et Spartech. Ça nous permet de développer des trucs incroyables, comme ces petits speederboats par exemple. Regardez, c'est super, ils peuvent même se dupliquer tout seuls.
You there, Spider-Man?
Ah, pour le repas idéal. En commun? Non. A simple omelet? Too simple. What? Mais oui, that's it!
And then when studios was closed, we went back to Disneyland Park to ride Phantom Manor, Star Tours and Buzz Lightyear for a second time before the fireworks. Everything in this one was a walk-on, literally. Watch this walk-on.
Make room for everyone. There's no turning back now.
Even you? And notice this. This chamber has no windows and no doors, which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Par ailleurs, il n'y a ni porte, ni fenêtre. Par où sortir? Si vous ne trouvez pas le moyen de vous échapper, le fantôme des lieux se fera un plaisir de vous aider. The real beauty of the town awaits us.
Literal walk-on. A literal walk-on. I know. Yeah.
Le vol 610 part désormais de la porte 1C. Ceci est uniquement un changement de numéro de porte. Merci.
Peut-être que j'ai très mal compris. Les cookies sont complètement interdits.
Let it take you back to the first time you felt it ignite. All the stars in your sky. Do you remember all the adventures? Find it in your mind on a circle. Find it in the eye. Find it in a friend wherever you are. You don't have to look too far. Charmant petit Donnarumma, éveille-toi. In your heart it's time, it's like a classic. Everywhere it's ready to
Depuis notre enfance, on nous raconte des histoires merveilleuses remplies de magie.
For as long as we can remember, we've been told wondrous tales of magic, of fairy wands,
de sortilèges,
and wishing stars. But not all magic is something you see with your eyes.
La magie ne se voit pas toujours avec les yeux. Parfois, La magie est cette chose que l'on ressent à l'intérieur de soi.
Sometimes magic is something you feel inside.
I know a girl from an island. She stands apart from the crowd.
Star Command, send reinforcements!
I know. So clever.
Il suffit d'un battement de cœur pour que la magie prenne vie.
And so the story goes. Real magic lives inside us all.
La véritable magie se trouve en chacun de nous. Alors partez à sa recherche et répandez-la autour de vous.
Find your magic, embrace it, and pass it on.
So the final step count for the day was just shy of 30,000 steps and just over 11 miles. So it's no wonder I'm feeling sticky and sweaty, even though it's not that hot today. It is just before midnight, and we got here just before 8:30 this morning. So I'd say that's rope drop to park close for you. We've got like half a day tomorrow, including dinner at Waltz, which I'm really excited about. So I will sort of wrap up a little bit more tomorrow, but I'll see you in the morning. So it's Parks Day take 2. We do have extra magic hour this morning. However, there's not a whole lot open during extra magic hour, so we're like, we're not rushing. I think we're probably going to end up getting there a very similar time to what we got there yesterday, and end up sort of waiting for something to open. Today we've got Waltz booked for lunch, and then I think probably a priority is I would like to see the Frozen show. I would also like to ride a couple of rides again, but we'll see. Then I'll be able to, yeah, I'll be able to leave you.
So the Thunderdome's still not open.
So as you can see, Walt's was fabulous, designed to be like his apartment. Gorgeous view of Main Street. I started off with the chicken pot pie starter, not wrote the bread. Obviously I had some Disneyland champagne, I had the Waldorf salad, and then we ordered the potato and the chili, and then half and half. The chili was the like standout, it was fabulous. And then for dessert I had the mille-feuille, and also got one of the fancy pins, which I will show you at the end. As you can see, Le Shuttle back was just as smooth and straightforward as the shuttle there, and I have a haul coming up for you, so stay tuned.
So I expected to come back with a lot more than I did. These were sort of like fun purchase. I'm like, I can picture myself wearing these at the next Fantasmic showing that I see. I'm not sure where to wear them though, that's the only thing. Merch wise, I'd heard it wasn't great. And then also a lot of things they just did not have in my size, whether it was that it didn't go up to my size or that they just didn't have my size at all. I really wanted the spirit jersey that matched this, I wouldn't call this ears, this headpiece. and these earrings. So these were the first thing I bought. As you'll have seen from the video, we actually did a little trip to, let's focus please. Let's focus. We actually did a little trip to Disney Village on the train. So I love a bauble bar earring anyway. I wear a lot of bauble bar earrings, whether they're Disney or not. I really, really love the ones you can get at Target and the ones you can get at TK Maxx and TJ Maxx. So I got these ones. So these were my most expensive purchase of the trip, and they were my first purchase of the trip, on top of the Starbucks cups that I got, which I collect anyway. Yeah, so got these ones, and then I got 4 pins. If you don't know, I love a Disney pin. I wear them at work. I'm not just a display one. So I got the Walt Disney Studios ones, which soon to be renamed Adventure World. So I got that one. At the same time, I got the very plain Disneyland Paris one. Sorry, apparently I have hiccups now. Very plain Disneyland Paris one. And kind of the reason that I got both was because they were literally only €9 each, which I think is really cheap for a pin. I'm used to paying like $14.99 when I get them on Disney Store. And then one that I'd seen online beforehand, and I actually know that this one was sold out at a few of the stores that I went to. This was one that I'd seen, and I really like that one. I think probably if I'd actually seen this one first, I wouldn't have bought the other castle one, but I just thought that this was so cute. I'm really looking forward to wearing this one on my lanyard, and it's like a, yes, I finally made it. I finally went to Disneyland Paris, because the amount of times I've been to the US parks, people can all never believe that I've not been to Disneyland Paris, being, you know, from the UK and living as close as I do, even though I travel all the time to the US parks. And then, as you'll see from the video, we ate at Walt's. When you eat at Walt's, you have the opportunity, you can buy one of these pins per person. So obviously, while I was ordering my food, I was like, and we want one of the pins. And she was like, just one? I'm like, yes, we're just going with one. I think if I'd had more of a good time at the parks, we might have got more than one. But it's a double back. It's quite a big one. And this is the green one because it matches the menu, and I love the little quote inside. And this was €30. So the other 3 were all €9, but this one was €30. And I just think it's so pretty. Focus. Does not want to focus. And then these guys were half price, and that's basically the reason that I got them. And that's it. That's all I bought. There was no more merch haul. Now, when I go to the US parks, I literally take a whole empty suitcase because I know I'm going to be buying some stuff. Maybe a bit further forward. Yeah. So overall, everybody said don't go trying to compare it to the US parks. Go in with an open mind. Go in knowing that it's its own thing. And I very much went in like that. I was like embracing the Frenchness that it was going to be, and kind of I'd done my research beforehand. I knew what I wanted to hit up and why, hence why the first thing I did was book to go to Walt's. But there was just so many things that just made the trip really difficult and not magical. Just so many things. So we got Premier Pass for the full day that we were there, and that was absolutely required, because then the half day that we were there, we literally only managed to ride 3 rides. 3 rides in a whole morning, given the fact that I could be there from 8:30 and our lunch wasn't until 1. 3 rides in that 4.5 hour window. And it wasn't necessarily for the want of trying. And everybody said, go, see the shows. So I managed to watch Mickey's PhilharMagic, which they have in both the other parks, and I know I like. But in terms of the live shows, didn't manage. Tried to see the Frozen show because it was the only one that started early enough for our half day that we were there. Went there at 10 and the 10:30 one was full. Went back at 10:25 because everybody said you need to go when the second one is going in. Go there, and then they'll start the queuing for the next show. So the 11:15 show at 10:25 was also full. So those were the 2 shows I could do before my lunch. And the previous day, there'd been basically the issues with the shows was that they didn't start until about 12 and then they finished about 6. So you had that small window in which to like go and watch the shows, and if you missed it, that was it. So it was a very, very small window for the shows. Given the fact, again, you can get into the parks from 8:30, Studios is open until 9, and Disneyland parks open until 10:40, and they show shows from about 12 till 6. So speaking of things that are not open, not every ride's open for extra magic hours, and you also can't use your Premier Pass until 9:30, so you can't use your Premier Pass during those extra magic hours. So trying to find a ride that's open when you rope drop at 8:30, really quite hard. Also trying to find somewhere to eat or drink that's open. There were so many carts around the park, and I'd seen all this hype around the trucks outside Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Was really excited about getting food from there. I'd heard great things about the old mill and like the food from there. None of that was open. Just none of it was open. The other restaurants, we managed to get the famous Mickey shaped pizza. But we had to again go to one specific restaurant that had it, because the one that has it at Disney Village was closed, and the one that has it near Small World was closed. This is just like the whole theme of the trip was no, that's closed. Went to go ride Spider-Man Web Slingers for a second time on day 2. It was down. And that was again, it wasn't closed, it was just down. Ollie wanted to ride Hyperspace Mountain, it was down. Wanted to get something from another cart, it was closed. It was just like there were so many things that were closed for like just again and again, over and over and over. And then yeah, the issue of having that extra magic hour, but there not being very many rides that are open during that extra magic hour, and Peter Pan was one of them. And Peter Pan, when we got there that first day, we had Premier Pass, so I knew I was going to use that for Peter Pan anyway, because unlike the US parks, you can use your Premier Pass on that. Was 55 minutes by the time we got there, and we were there at 9 o'clock, so yeah, by the time we got through everything. And again, stuff at Disney Village, we went to go and eat lunch at a specific thing, it was closed. We went to go and like find another specific restaurant, it was closed. It was just like infuriating how many things were just closed. And I'd done my research, I knew where all these things were, and I knew that I wanted to hit them up, and it was just closed. Clearly none of the other videos said oh, there's a lot closed during extra magic hours, or there's a lot closes before the parks close. Just none of the other videos said that. And so I'm a little bit, oh, I felt like I was informed, but clearly I wasn't. So yeah, I don't think I would be going back again in a hurry. I think if somebody suggested like, oh, let's go for a fun Greek trip, we'll go there, I wouldn't. It's much less expensive than going to America, obviously, but it's not inexpensive. I like the hotel. I think the hotel gets a bad rap, but the amount of time you actually stay in the hotel, it doesn't have to be like 5-star luxury the whole time. The people talk about the beds. I thought the bed was extremely comfortable. You know, the room was clean. I'd asked for a quiet room. We got a quiet room. It was a small block, and I loved the theming of the hotel. But again, I picked that one because it had a Starbucks at it. It was closed. So I think if I was going back, I'd probably wait until some more stuff had finished being refurbished. And I don't know how much more peak of a time I could go to make sure that everything was open, because like when you were in the crowds, like it was a busy time. It was busy. Like a lot of the kind of shots that you'll seen in the video were during extra magic hours when the park was fairly empty, because like if you were anywhere near the parade, or you were anywhere near the fireworks, or you were like anywhere near the other parade any time close to when it was going to be, it was very busy. It was very busy. And the fact that like, you know, Peter Pan and Buzz were regularly 45 to an hour's wait, and some of the more popular rides again had long wait times. Yeah, I think if you're going to do one day, the Premier Pass is definitely worth it. I think that if you're worried about staying at Hotel Cheyenne or Hotel Santa Fe, I really liked them. I thought they were good, but also having done the trip in on the train to just go to Disney Village the previous day, again, I think that staying in Val d'Europe would be absolutely fine as well, because I don't think the actual extra magic hours in the morning is a decent perk. And I think if you're considering a trip, then I would wait a little bit longer until some more of the refurbishments are done, because it was quite frustrating just having so much stuff closed and not be there. Also, yeah, merch wise, didn't think it was a great selection, but that's just me and my tastes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoyed the mini haul that went with it. Let me know if you like this style of vlog, and let me know your opinions on Disneyland Paris. I have my next Disney trip coming up is my trip in August. Hot. I've got one day at Disney before I step on the Disney treasure. I'm so excited. I might have to break that down into multiple vlogs because my wish video was very long. So yeah, I will be back with more bookish and movie content for you very soon. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you with my next one. Thanks for watching.